Alexis Avery's boyfriend took her life. She was only 20 years old. In 2019, the Westville police received a 911 call from 24-year-old Blake Scanlon. On the line, he confessed to killing his girlfriend. When officers arrived at his White Street apartment, they found the body of 20-year-old Alexis Avery lying in the kitchen, and he stabbed her 28 times. He also cut himself in the process. She had her whole entire life ahead of her. In the 911 call, he claims he took her life because she cheated on him. Whether or not she did, we don't know. But even if she did, that still don't mean you take somebody's life. Avery had gone out for what should have been an ordinary night of fun with her cousin and a co-worker. She was just beginning to imagine a future outside her own again. Off-again relationship with her boyfriend. But when he showed up uninvited at the bar she visited, watching from the shadows as she talked and flirted with someone new, the evening turned dark. Hours later, she would never make it back home. He tried to cover up his own crime. Investigators pieced together how he lured her back to the apartment they once shared, where his rage spilled over into fatal violence. For more than a day, her body remained in the kitchen as he texted her family from her phone, pretending she was still alive. He even tried to soothe suspicions by telling her mother, who was caring for their baby daughter, Darla, that both he and Alexis weren't feeling well. But the truth could not be concealed forever. When Alexis missed plans to pick up her child, her family's alarm grew. By Sunday morning, faced with the inevitability of discovery, he finally dialed 911. What followed was years of courtroom proceedings, grim testimony, and emotional devastation. Witnesses described Avery's last hours. The pink sweater she wore out that night, the drinks with friends, the unease of checking her phone because he tracked her location. Jurors heard from her cousin, Caitlin, who recalled the moment she saw him appear at a bar, standing stiffly near the pool tables, watching Alexis laugh with someone else. I think in his mindset, he figures if he couldn't have her, no one could. The jury put him in prison for life. Prosecutors argued that his jealousy, his convictions that Avery was slipping beyond his control, drove him into an act of staggering brutality. The defense leaned on claims of a man overwhelmed by heartbreak, but jurors rejected that argument. After only a brief deliberation, they returned to a verdict on first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What he should have got was a death penalty for taking her life.
I killed my girlfriend after I caught her cheating on me.
And what's going on today?
Bleeding out. I killed my girlfriend after I caught her cheating on me.
Okay. We're going to help out here now.
Okay.
Okay, how old are you, sir?
I'm 30.
Where are you right now?
I'm in November, moving down.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Blake.
Blake? What's your last name, Blake? Scanlon? Okay, Blake. Blake, what happened to your girlfriend?
I caught her cheating on me and I killed her.
And how did you do that?
That's her.
You stabbed her? Is she there?
Yeah, she's been pissed and struck. I passed out to the police and I passed out. I thought I was dead. I'm not.
So she's been there since Friday? She's been dead since Friday?
Friday morning after we did.
Have you told anyone about it?
Yeah. I just haven't had enough strength to finish killing myself.
Okay. What's your girlfriend's name, Blake?
Alexis Avery.
Alexis Avery?
What did you do when you got to the residence?
We ended up going to the back of the house and went up the back staircase And when I got to the top of the stairs, I knocked on the door. I found the door ajar, knocked, announced that police. As the door opened up, I could hear a voice in the apartment say, "I'm here, I'm here."
All right. When you went into or got into the apartment, do you recall like what general area you entered into?
It was right off of the kitchen area, and the voice was coming from my left as I entered the back of the apartment.
As you entered into the apartment and went, did you have to go through the kitchen to get to the other location?
Yes.
Did you make any immediate observations in the kitchen?
Yes. As I walked through the kitchen, on the floor, observed a female body laying on the floor face up, covered in blood, blood on the cabinets, blood on the floor. And observing her, she was deceased and beyond care. I also observed a knife, a bloody knife on the counter in the kitchen.
After you made those observations, did you go towards the voice?
I did. And there was a drape covering the doorway. Pulled my service weapon, pulled the drape back, observed a male laying on a couch, asked the male to show me his hands, which he did. He complied. I entered into the back room, holstered my weapon, gloved up, came over to the male. He was still on a cell phone at the time, kind of cradling it between his neck and his shoulder. Took that from him, put it on the couch, and I looked at his wrists, because that was the initial call, and he had some dried, bloody cuts to his wrists, and I asked him what had happened.
And what did he say, if anything?
He said that he had stabbed his girlfriend, Alexis.
Did he say when?
I believe he said Friday.
Okay. And just so we're clear, you're responding at what time?
This was Sunday morning.
At about 11?
11 o'clock. It was a day and change later.
To see where the defendant physically was, because they shared their location together. Now, you had made plans to go out with Alexis.
Yes.
Did those plans include, if you know, Mr. Scanlon?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Do you know if Mr. Scanlon left the apartment at some point in time?
Yeah, while me and Alexis were getting ready, he did leave probably around, 8 approximately maybe.
Sure. All right. So sometime around 8, he left.
Yeah.
And again, in whose car?
And Alexis's Cobalt.
And the two of you are still getting ready?
Yes.
When you say getting ready, what do you mean?
We were doing our makeup, listening to music, dancing around. Alexis had changed her outfit a couple times, just the regular being girls.
Sure. And it was a long time ago, but if you recall, what was, you called her Lexi?
Yeah.
What was she wearing that night, if you remember?
I remember the outfit that she ended up going out in was like a lighter pink crop top, long sleeve, like sweater, and some dark jeans with holes on the side.
Okay. And where did you go first? What bar?
The Maple Leaf in Westfield.
You know approximately what time you got there?
9-ish.
All right. And is that a place that you're familiar with?
Yes.
All right. And when you got to the Maple Leaf, was there anybody else with you at first other than Alexis?
No, people had actually met us up with us there.
All right. And when you say people met up with you there, who, if you know?
Alexis's coworker Scott and one of his friends.
All right. Had you met Scott before?
No.
All right. This was the first night you met him?
Yes.
All right. And how did Scott know to be at that place?
Alexis had.
Sustained.
Do you know if Alexis attempted to communicate with Scott prior to this night? Not specifically what she said, but did she communicate with him?
Yes or no? Overruled.
Prior than that night?
No, that night. I'm sorry.
Yes, she communicated with him.
Okay. And so, what happened when Scott showed up? Just generally describe kind of what's going on.
We all met up at the bar, and he bought us a couple shots, and we were just mingling, hanging out, talking. They had been flirting a little bit, and it was just kind of casual at the beginning.
All right. And again, if you know, at that point in time, was Mr. Scanlon at the bar?
Not when we first got there.
Okay. Was Alexis doing anything with her phone?
Yeah, Alexis was very adamant to keep checking her location because her and Blake shared their locations.
Your Honor,
Who's that? It's overruled.
may we approach?
Sure.
Now, I want to just continue with the night. How are things going with Alexis and Scott?
They started flirting a bit more. We had taken a few shots apiece, and they did start kissing at the end of the bar, just kind of feeling each other out.
And did you see the defendant at that bar at any point in time during that night?
Yeah, after I noticed Lexi and Scott had started, flirting a bit more, there was a point where I seen Blake and one of his friends walk in to the bar, so I ran straight up to Alexis and told her, we gotta go, Blake's here.
Okay. And what was, specifically when you say flirting and getting along, what was Alexis, what did you see Alexis and Scott doing at the bar?
Hugging up on each other, flirting, complimenting each other, laughing, kissing, stuff like that.
Okay. Did you go to another place?
We did.
All right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
After he showed up there, we went to go leave, and we decided to go to a different bar so we could avoid any issues.
Where did you decide to go to?
To the Whip.
All right. Did you tell Mr. Scanlon where you were going?
No.
All right. Did you or Alexis, if you know, tell Scott where you were going?
Yes.
Overruled.
Okay. And where did you tell Scott you guys were going?
I actually and she actually both told him we were going to the Whip to meet us there.
Okay. And did you do that?
Yes, we went to the Whip and met up.
As you were leaving, if you recall, what did the defendant do?
As we were leaving
The
Where?
first place, the Maple Leaf.
the Maple Leaf, when we first seen him come in, Alexis ran out behind one side of the bar, and then I seen his friend that he was with. I went up to that friend and I started talking to him, asking how was his mood that night.
Yeah, don't get into.
Okay, sorry.
Just what did you see?
I seen Blake go after her outside, and they went and had a conversation outside that I wasn't a part of.
Okay, you couldn't hear the conversation.
No.
Did anything strike you at that point?
Nothing seemed alarming at that time.
That's what I was getting. So you and Alexis went over to the second place.
The Whip.
Again, do you know approximately what time maybe you got there?
Maybe 10:30, 11. I'm not 100% sure. It was 5 years ago.
Somewhat later in the night.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And if you know, did Scott and his friend show up at the Whip?
Yes.
All right. Who got there first, if you know, you or him?
I think it was me and Alexis.
Okay. But he got there sometime shortly after?
Yeah, if not around the same time, because their parking lot's kind of big. So.
All right. And describe what you remember seeing of the interactions again between Alexis and Scott. Just their interactions, not what was said, but what were they doing?
The same things pretty much at the Maple Leaf. We were all hanging out. They were flirting. They were kissing. We were taking shots together. They were just in general having a good time with each other.
Okay. At some point in the evening, did you again notice Mr. Scanlon at the Whip?
Yeah, actually out of nowhere, I looked up and I seen him standing off into the side by the pool tables, kind of just staring at us.
All right. Now you said that at the first place he was with a friend.
Yeah.
All right. What about at the second place?
No, he arrived alone.
Okay. Well, did you see him with anybody while you were there?
No.
All right. And just describe again, as best you can recall, where Mr. Scanlon was
When I noticed him?
Yes.
Over by the pool tables, like standing off in the corner.
All right. And where were Alexis and Scott?
At the end of a U-shaped bar. So at the end of the U.
All right. Did you talk to Mr. Scanlon?
I did.
And how did you initiate that conversation?
I did.
How did you do that?
When I noticed him standing there and he went to come over and talk to Alexis and ask her, you know, what was going on, who was Scott. Alexis introduced Scott to him and said, this is my coworker, Scott. And then I had pulled Blake out to the patio and I told him, you know, what are you doing? This isn't going to, you know, help anything.
So that's sustained as to what she said. Ask the next question.
But you had a conversation with him outside on the patio?
Yes.
All right. What did he say to you?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I remember having the conversation with him, and then as I was telling him whatever, he looked over and seen Alexis and Scott hugging, and he said, why the f are they hugging like that?
Okay.
And if he keeps seeing that, he was going to come up.
So now I want to jump forward to like about 1 o'clock in the morning or so. Did you have eyes on Alexis at this point? Could you see her in the bar?
No,
All right. Did you know where she was at that time?
I did not.
All right. Was the defendant still at the bar?
Yes,
Did he ask you any questions about Alexis?
he did. He was asking me where she was and what she was doing, and I showed him my phone that I was calling her right in front of him, like, look, she's not answering me either. I don't know where she's at.
Okay. And you were trying to locate her?
Yes.
And why is that?
She was my ride home, and because it's my little cousin, you know, I want to know what's going on with her.
Yep. Did you find her to get a ride home that night?
I did not.
I'm sorry?
I did not.
Okay. And let me ask you this. You saw the defendant at both bars, right?
Yes.
All right. If you remember, do you recall if he was drinking?
I did not see him drink at either bar.
All right. You had a conversation with him at both places, is that correct?
Yeah, briefly.
And had you ever consumed alcohol in his presence in the past, before this night?
Yes.
Have you ever seen him tipsy or intoxicated?
Yes.
Based on your interactions with him that night, how did he appear to you?
Sober, just distraught, like from the beginning, upset that he was losing his family, like he was saying, but not out of like the ordinary. Like it wasn't alarming.
That's a rule.
Could you understand his words when he spoke with you?
Absolutely.
Is he standing upright, not falling down, things like
Yeah.
that? Did you ever see Alexis again after that night?
I did not.
So just describe what you and Alexis were doing, just kind of in general, what were you doing at the bar?
We were just hanging out, talking, hanging out with work friends.
Okay. Do you know approximately, again, it's a long time ago, what time you got to the Maple Leaf?
I would say 9:30.
Okay. And while you were there, you mentioned that you were talking to Alexis. Did you call her? You called her Lexi at that
Lexi.
time? And how did she seem while you were having these talks and conversations with her?
She seemed, okay. I know she was kind of on the lookout for her ex-boyfriend.
At some point while you were at the Maple Leaf, did things progress a little bit between you and Lexi?
Yes.
And just describe what you mean by that.
We just started flirting and we ended up kissing.
Okay. And where were you in the bar, if you remember?
I believe we were at the bar.
And again, do you recall seeing Mr. Scanlon at that bar?
I believe he was there at some point, yes.
All right. But again, you don't really know him, right?
Correct.
At some point in the evening, did you and Lexi go outside of the bar?
Yes.
And where did you go?
To my truck.
All right. Just briefly, what kind of truck was it? Just so we have an idea.
F-150.
All right. 2 doors, 4 doors?
4-door. Crew cab, I believe.
Okay. And when you went out into the truck, what happened?
We were continuing flirting, and we ended up having sex.
Okay. Where were you in the truck? Just so I know. Front, back?
Back seat.
All right. And what happened as this was occurring?
The front driver's side door, or the front passenger side door opened.
And tell me what you saw.
There was a guy standing there. We kind of separated ourselves, and...
You and Lexi?
Correct.
And did the guy say anything?
Just to grab her stuff and to go.
Did he say anything to you specifically?
No, I do not think so.
All right. When was the last time that you actually saw Alexis, if you remember?
Yes, it was the evening of January 11th. It was a Friday.
Okay. And where did you see her?
At my house.
And why was she at your house?
She came to borrow the car with Caitlin.
Okay. Borrow whose car?
My car.
All right. And what kind of car was that?
It was a 2007 Mazda CX-9.
Do you know why she was borrowing your car that night, if you know?
Yeah, like their car didn't, Caitlin's car didn't run well, and they just wanted to have like a safe, decent car for the evening.
Okay. Do you recall approximately what time she came over to borrow your car?
It was in the evening. I don't remember the exact time.
Okay. And then Saturday, what did you do?
I was at work, and I was trying to get a hold of her, so I was texting her.
Okay. And where was Darla on Friday night, the baby?
She was at my mom's house.
Okay. And does mom have a name or nickname that you called her?
Wella.
Okay. Saturday morning, if you know, did Alexis pick up Wella?
Saturday morning, no.
Okay. Was she supposed to?
She was supposed to pick up the baby.
At some point in time, you mentioned you tried to get in touch with
I did.
Alexis. Is that right?
Yes.
And what is your phone number, if you know?
It's
Is that the same number you would have had back in 2018, 2019?
yes.
And did you have Alexis's phone number programmed into your phone?
I did.
Do you happen to recall that number offhand?
No, because I don't remember anybody's. Just go right to the name and dial it.
I
It's
understand.
unfortunate.
If you saw it, do you think it would help jog your
Yes.
memory? May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
Did that help your memory?
Yes.
And what do you recall your daughter's phone number being? Were you ever able to physically speak with Alexis during Saturday, January 12th?
No.
How did you communicate with her?
It was a text message.
To her phone?
Correct.
In a bizarre twist, while awaiting trial, Blake allegedly attempts to hire a fellow inmate to kill Assistant District Attorney Matthew Green, the lead prosecutor, and a key witness in the case at the time.
Every day I wake up and for a split second, I feel the hope and inspiration that a new day could bring. And then the reality of our lives hits me, and the blood instantly drains from my face and my heart drops to my stomach as I remember that Alexis is gone. It wasn't a nightmare. It is my life. Truly, indeed, a life sentence for me. At first, I wished the death penalty were an option in mass. I wanted Blake to know his death was coming in no uncertain terms, to have a moment where he knew he only had minutes left, and face in that moment the same fear that he made Alexis feel when he did what he did. I know now that that scenario would be too good for him, too easy. He now faces life in prison. Like Alexis, he will never have the freedom to go about life, to experience love again, to participate in family as a son, brother, nephew, and as a father himself, or to spend time with the people that truly care about him. I watched Blake's family sob as the jury's guilty verdict was read. The pain that he created by murdering Alexis is not only affecting the many people that loved and cared about Alexis, but his actions also deeply hurt the people that love and care about him. The grave difference here, Your Honor, is that Blake made choices and carried out actions that landed him in this position. Alexis did not. Blake's absence from his loved ones makes sense and has direct correlation to his actions. Alexis's absence does not. Blake Jeremiah Scanlon has given Alexis's loved ones a life sentence of relentless sadness, extreme pain, and deep feelings of fear and mistrust. The extremely ugly, brutal, and violent circumstances surrounding her death, a constant nightmare of how helpless, betrayed, and scared Alexis must have been in her final minutes. He deserves the exact sentence he receives, a life sentence for a life taken. Our entire family has been shattered forever, scarred by this tragedy. We are not done telling her story. We will advocate for her for the rest of our lives. We will continue to call out Blake as her abuser whenever we speak of her. Alexis will not be forgotten. Alexis will live on.
I first met Alexis when she was 10, and one of the first memories that I have of her is taking her out for her 11th birthday to Friendly's, where she got the Monster Mash Sundae and talked about that for the next 10 years. Whenever she came to our house, we always got Chinese food. We always ended with something with peanut butter. We've tried to make desserts with peanut butter. Sometimes we failed. Sometimes it was fantastic. She was a beautiful soul, and we had a lot in common. When she would come over, we would watch America's Next Top Model, Ghost Adventures, we'd bake, make crafts, and we also shared a love for Hello Kitty, which is now memorialized on my body forever. When she was taken from us, my husband, Alexis's father, Chris, has had an unbelievably difficult time. So much so that you have not seen him here at all during this trial, because he could not bear to see what was done to his daughter. He has forever been changed. Today, he is not the man that he was in December of 2018. He's a shell of the person that he used to be. He's withdrawn. He's unhappy, miserable, in fact, depressed. And I'm honestly scared for the day that he just quits, because he has not been able to move on. Alexis always said that if I ever got pregnant, that she hoped that she would have a baby brother. Unfortunately for her, that did happen after her death. Her brother was born 15 months after she died. He will never know what an amazing woman that she was, hear her infectious laugh, experience her beautiful smile, or know that they have the same almond eyes, even the same eye color. What is difficult is that we talk a lot about Alexis, and her brother just doesn't understand why he has never met her, why he can never meet her. Or really, he's only for who she is in his life. We tell him that is his sister, but it just does not comprehend. In fact, he thinks Darla, Alexis's daughter, is his sister. Actually, his best friend. Darla is his best friend. But Alexis will never, ever be able to enjoy that baby brother that she always wanted. She always wanted that baby brother. As for myself, I have PTSD from the day I had to tell Alexis's father that his daughter was murdered. I can still hear the guttural sound that he made after I said those words. Having to wait 5 years to receive justice has been horrible, and having to listen to and see the images of what was brutally done to Alexis will never ever be forgotten. I miss the talks that we had as she grew into a woman and a mother, and how our relationship would have changed after she had Darla and I had her brother Finley. I can't help but wonder who she would have become and what her life would have been like today 5 years later, and how proud she would be of the amazing girl Darla has become, and how similar she and her brother are in all the things she could have experienced. I can only hope that we can try to heal and remember the good memories instead of the constant reminder of what happened to her. Thank you.
After a brief deliberation, the jury finds Blake Scanlon guilty of first-degree murder. His sentence? Life in prison without the possibility of parole.